Wolves 3, West Ham 0. Wolves just doubled their points tally for the season against West Ham. I'm gobsmacked. I really am. All I can hope is that we do an Avram and we leave Nuno in fucking Wolverhampton. I don't want to see him again. I don't. Do you know something? He's screaming for the sack now. Now he's got his player. I called out a conspiracy, a mad conspiracy about a week ago, because he only wants players via Mendes. And why do you think that is? Because they're greedy bastards, that's why, and they share the proceeds. Apparently, this player we've just paid £24 million for, Pablo, he had a £15 million release clause. So where's that other £9 million gone? And I said he's going to want to cash in on a few fucking deals before he gets his payoff. We've been playing Callum Wilson for no more than 60 minutes. No more than 60 minutes. That's going to have been his argument. He's going to have been saying, I can't play Callum Wilson for more than 60 minutes. We go and we buy fucking Pablo for 24 million, a complete unknown. All of a sudden, he's on the bench. Wilson plays 90 minutes. Now, if that ain't a big fuck you to Sullivan, I don't know what is. We know that he's been told that he ain't getting his fucking love child, Traore. He's not getting him. That's probably made him sulk. Not because it's Traore, because it's a Mendes deal. That's why. Fuck off, you complete fucking crook, Nuno. Honestly, it's so blatantly obvious. Everything stinks about this fucking club. Everything stinks about it. Before I actually get going in this, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And don't forget, drop a like on the video. I was actually quite calm during the game. In fact, I was just in piss-taking mode. That's all I was. Because how seriously can you take that? It's like satire. We're a fucking meme. That's what we've become. There was nothing in that team. I mean, you know, we was having a load of banter going backwards and forwards, saying, oh, well, I'll blame Paqueta for this one. There was nothing there, was there? Absolutely fuck all in that midfield. No creativity. Absolutely nothing. That team is shit. It's bang average. I identified before the game today, when the starting lineup came out, when everyone was excited, cracking fucking party poppers because Paqueta weren't in the team. And I said, this team, I don't really know what people see, because when I look at that screams championship. And not a good championship team. That fucking lineup screams championship. Now, I know we've got a few players missing. Well, we've got Paqueta missing, and we've got Diouf, and we've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Todibo, right? But do you know something? Rewind 6 years to when David Moyes first come in, and before anyone starts losing this shit, this ain't a Moyes thing. I'm saying this started 6 years ago. We've spent 800 million from the point when we had this squad. David Moyes walked into West Ham with a young and fresh Aaron Cresswell. We had Fabianski in goal firing. We had Angelo Ogbonna, Fabian Balbuena, Issa Diop, Winston Reid, Ryan Fredericks, Zabaleta, Masuaku. We had Declan Rice, Mark Noble in midfield. We had a young Lanzini. We had Pablo Fornals. Fair enough, Wilshere and Sanchez. We had a young Mikel Antonio. We had Sebastian Haller. We had Yarmolenko. We had Felipe Anderson. We had Snodgrass. We've spent 800 million in 6 years. Since then, how is that fucking possible to go from that to that? How is it even possible to go from that to that with almost £1 billion fucking pounds over 6 years? You end up with this. You fucking tell me. It is a fucking disgrace. Nuno's the latest wanker to walk into this job. He is fucking shit. I called it in the summer before Potter. I had the same thing. He's shit. You can see it. Don't back him. It'll go bandy. You hear the same things. Fans they demand for the fucking manager to be backed. Then the club go and back him. You've had the same thing in this fucking window. We've seen for 14 games how shit. I mean, really fucking bad. Our worst ever on record that this geezer is. And we've gone out and we've backed him in January. To what end? We've just paid 24 million for a Brazilian to sit on a fucking bench. When we're 3-0 down. We're 3-0 down. Wolves go 2 up top. If he don't get sacked tonight, we might as well just write off the rest of this season and not watch any more football. We may as well. It is corrupt as fuck. When you look at that, it fucking stinks. It's impossible to go from that to that, spend 800 million in the space of 6 years. It's impossible. They need investigating, these cunts. What they've done is it's beyond crooked, what they've done. We've got one top-class player left. It was there for all to see. When he's on the pitch, he looks shit because he's the only top player. So who did the opposition try and mitigate? Well, if it's Kudus, it's Kudus. If it's Paqueta, it's Paqueta. They basically put fucking bodies all over them, snuff them out. So they end up looking shit. The problem ain't them. The problem is everyone else. No one else is of a sufficient fucking level. That's the problem. What we saw there is what we're going to end up with, but probably worse. Everyone's saying, stick Fernandez in the 10. Do this, put him. He can't play in a fucking 10. He ain't a 10. He's a really good number 8. I won't say great. He's a really good number 8. We're a fucking joke. An absolute joke. How good was Bowen today, people? How good was our captain? Our wonderful fucking captain. How good was he? He was fucking shit. But feeding off scraps. We created nothing. We had nothing. Absolutely fuck all. And I'll be surprised if that Castellanos, if he actually comes now. I'll be amazed. I don't know what difference he's going to make. He ain't a bad player. He ain't great. He ain't going to make a massive difference to us. He's a good player in the same way that Fernandez is a good player. He ain't a fucking great player. But him, he's going to be sitting there thinking to himself, well, I want to try and push for the World Cup in the summer. Do I want to go there? What the fuck must Pablo have been thinking, sat on that bench? If you can't get in this team, we deserve to go down. One thing I do want to say is congratulations to Wolves. They've been fucking tortured this year, that club. They have. The fans packed that stadium out. They've kept with it with that team. The players haven't let their heads drop. Look at the fight for a team that was sat they were sat at the bottom of the league on 3 points after 19 games. They weren't all feeling fucking sorry for themselves. They weren't sulking. They was fighting for every fucking ball. If you're a Wolves fan tonight, you should be so fucking proud. So proud. Prouder than we ever fucking will be of this team when they're managed by wankers like this. You saw it earlier on with Dyche, with Nottingham Forest. I'm glad he shat the bed. They're 3-1 down on 82 minutes. He takes off his only fucking striker, just like Nuno does. Because they go, oh, yeah, no, well, my plan didn't work, so we're just going to shut up shop now, contain a 3-1 fucking defeat. And that's exactly what Nuno does. These defensive managers are fucking shit. They're gutless. They really are. I can't fucking stand them. And we're going to pay the price for this now. It ain't just a poor, pathetic manager that we've got. It's the fucking squad. It's everything to do with West Ham now. We're done. We're spent. We've had 2 opportunities to go after Nottingham Forest. They lost to Everton at home, underpowered Everton as well, and they've gone and they've lost before this game. We should have been bang up for this. Our boys should have seen that result and thought, do you know what? We beat Wolves, and then we go on and we beat fucking Forest on Tuesday night. We're out the bottom 3. They don't give a fuck. They don't. And I'm going to put some of this on them as well. I am. They can only do what they're set up to do. But do you know what? Nuno, he's fucking screaming to be sacked. Playing Wilson for the first time all season for 90 minutes when we've just bought that fucking kid sat on the bench. Make it make sense. Make anything that bald fuck make sense. Nothing makes sense with him. It don't. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick. Do you know what? I'm sick of being right. I am sick of being right about this club. I'm desperate. I was desperate for Nuno to turn it around. I don't want West Ham to get relegated. But to me, it's so painfully obvious what's wrong. It's there. All you got to do is open your fucking eyes. But I don't see how we get out of this now. They will sack him now, I think. I think they will. But they've burned. We've been sat in the bottom three. We've played Fulham at home. We've played Brighton at home. We've played bottom Wolves away. And we've got Nottingham Forest next. 3 games where we said we've got to get 9 points minimum. 4 games. 3 of them are gone. We've got 1 fucking point. We were lucky to get that. We were lucky to get a point against Fulham. Or Brighton, whoever the fuck it was. I'm losing track of it all. Honestly, I don't know what more to say about this club. I don't know what more. I'm not blaming the fans either, by the way. I know I'm saying I said this and fans say that. It ain't your fault. You don't make the fucking decisions. We don't know. We're not experts. We've each got our own fucking opinions. Some of you will like Nuno and you'll look at what he's done before and you'll go, I don't want to sack another manager. It's embarrassing. Just stick with him. I get it. But ultimately, it ain't your fucking decision. Same as it ain't mine. It's their fucking decision. And they make the wrong one every time. Every single fucking time. We've gone out and paid 24 million for a player in this fucking player from... We could have bought Gil Vicente for 24 fucking million. Do you know what that's going to do? It's going to inflate every other player that we go and sign now. Because they're going to look and go, what the fuck? You've paid 24 million for him. So everyone else that we now go out and try and fucking sign, it's going to be a massive inflated fee. But then again, are they going to do it? Are they going to continue to spend? Will they sack Nuno and pay him off? Are they going to continue to spend now? When it looks like we're dead and fucking buried. That bloke, what's he going to say now? Oh, well, if you'd have given me Traore, that would have made all the fucking difference. A player that can't even get, most of the time, when they've got their full squad on fucking Fulham's bench. He would have made all the difference. He's basically what that Chatura is out on the right wing for Wolves. He's shit. He's just fast. That's all Traore is. But Nuno wants him. He's got to have him. Had to have him at Nottingham Forest. Massive falling out with the ball. You could see it. He had a resting bitch face for that entire second half. And do you know something? Do you know what it is? It ain't because we weren't playing football. I was screaming at him again because under Nuno, you don't press. Don't matter what your situation is. You do not press ever. You must retain your structure, whatever happens, because defence is all that matters. Trying to get that clean sheet that he's failed to get on 25 fucking occasions now in a row for us and for Forest. This is a defensive manager. We've now conceded the most goals in the league. We've got a defensive manager. So you can carry on going on. Oh, fucking, it's all that, it ain't his fault. It is his fucking fault. When he took this job on £5 million a year, he saw the squad that he had first and foremost. He accepted that job. He accepted the fucking job. And then he's been backed. They've given him money to spend. They gave him a player. They paid over the odds to get him in so that he was ready for this game. He's just sat on a fucking bench. I don't know where we go from here. I've got no fucking clue where West Ham go from here. Apart from down. It's obvious where we go. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know where we're going from here. We're going down. And we've just spunked 50 million on, I'm sorry, no one. Because this is the level now. We've gone from having Declan Rice, even if you don't like them, players like Tilo Kehrer, Alvarez, Kudus, Bowen, all these players. And we've gone from that to this. We've gone from that to this. And everyone's saying, I made it clear on this is why I'm so dead against us getting rid of Paqueta now. It ain't just because it's Paqueta. It's because Paqueta represents the last of our players that are capable of doing something a little bit special. They're the last of the players that have got anything special about them. And I've heard other players saying, oh, well, you don't need special players. Look at Brentford. Look at Brentford. We left Upton Park to become fucking Brentford, did we? Is that what we did? We walked away from Upton Park to become fucking Brentford. Well, I didn't. World-class team, world-class fucking stadium. That's what we walked away from. And they are stripping every bit of quality out of this team. At a point where we can't afford to replace them. We can't attract the players to come in because we're such a mess. I mean, how difficult is it going to be now to get a replacement manager with what's just happened? With Potter, Lopetegui, Potter, and now Nuno. We're going to have had, by the time we place Forest, I reckon we're going to have a new manager. We're going to have had more new managers in this season than we've had fucking wins. We're going to have 4 managers. We'll have 3 wins. After 20 games. And it is fucking, do you know what? It is, for any other fan of any other club, it's hilarious. It would be fucking hilarious because, well, honestly, stop whining, man. Fuck off. That's what you can do, prick. What does he want me to do? What does he want me to do? Stop whining, man. Fuck off. Dry lunch. Anyway, look, I'm done with it. I mean, I saw today you're going to get more people that are still going to back him. Today it was Potts and Magassa. I saw it on social media. Now Paqueta's not in the team. Potts and Magassa, they're shit. This is what people do. They switch their attention. It's either Kilman or Potts or Magassa or Bowen. It's Bowen now. Bowen was dreadful today. The worst ever captain we've ever had. He's shit. So this is just where we are. You know, we're losing our fucking minds. But ultimately, that team ain't good enough. They're not. They're not good enough at all. People are saying give Bilic a job. Look, I feel like this ain't. Bilic had Payet when he came in last time. He had Payet. He had a world-class player. I would be happy if he came in, but Bilic had Payet. He lifted everyone's fucking levels up, didn't he? I just don't see. We ain't gonna attract a player like that. I mean, that's fucking once in a generation player for West Ham if you're a West Ham fan. No, for me, I'm sorry, I don't give a shit what anyone says. I've heard a comment saying, "Oh, people talking about Harry Redknapp. You must have lost your mind. Lost your fucking mind." Yeah, I am losing my fucking mind. We're having nothing at this club but managers that are boring as fuck and couldn't motivate anything. They couldn't motivate a piss up in a brewery. What is management when you it ain't fucking rocket science. It ain't like fucking it's genuinely not. The most important thing about managing a football team is man management, instilling belief in the team, making players feel like they're better than what they are so they perform above their level rather than fucking below it. That's management. That's the key to management, is managing a team, getting the best out of them. That's it. It's as simple as that. And that's what we fucking need now. Might not be Redknapp, but we need someone like him. Someone with a fucking personality. No one at this club has got any personality. No one. I mean, look at our captain. I'm sorry, Bowen. You've been a great player for us. But how the fuck are you captain, mate? I'm sorry, he shouldn't be captain. But then again, who else do you give it to? It ain't like there's loads of fucking options there, is it? It ain't like we're full to the brim of obvious players to give. We haven't got leaders. We haven't. I don't know what they've done to this fucking team. Look at what we did at the start of this season. Look at what we done. We got rid of Emerson, one of our most reliable, talented players for the last 2-3 years. We got rid of him for 750 grand. He was 31. Alvarez, who's smashing it at Fenerbahce now. We fucking gave him away on loan. And in that period, we was having to sit there watching fucking Souček, James Ward-Prowse and Irving in the middle. Make any of it make any fucking sense? Nothing makes sense anymore. We're getting the piss taken out of us. Mendes and Nuno, they've smelt blood with Sullivan. He's like he's like a second-hand car salesman's dream. So they know they're going. Nuno knows he's gone. He's going to try and get as many deals in with his fucking agent, that corrupt fuck, as many as he can while he can. I don't want any more Mendes deals, no more Nuno deals. Look how much we've just had to pay for 2 average players. And I am sorry, they're going to prove to be average because they are. Apart from Tatty looks decent, but he ain't 30 million. We're still paid over the odds. He ain't a £30 million player. I'm fucked off with it. These players ain't going to come in and revolutionise us. What we've got in, if we're lucky, see this Pablo that we've bought. If we're lucky, we've got someone at Beto's level. If we're lucky. That's what we've signed here. Fucking bullshit. But I did do a post anyway in the chat. 1 minute. I did do a post in the chat, and it was at halftime, and it was basically, would you sack Nuno? You know, let's see what people have said. Let's see what the percentage is. 450 votes. 89% of people have said sack him now, and there's 11% of people still that would continue to back. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, but all I would say to you, if that's you, is why? What are you seeing? Is it a desire to be proven right by keep on gambling on him? You ain't going to be proven right, El Chapio. This geezer's shit. I said he was shit. He is shit. We're shit as well. But a good manager, do you know what? A good manager, a top manager, will get the best from his group of players, and he will make them all play above their levels. Do you think we're seeing that? Have we seen that under Loppy? Have we seen it under Potter? Have we seen it under Nuno? Players playing above their level. Like they're being so fucking well motivated. They're having so much belief instilled into them that we're seeing players come out and look fucking, wow, is that the same player? No, we're not. We're seeing good players become half of what they were. He's got to go. He's a fucking fraud. He's got to go. I'm done with it. Sullivan's fucking useless. It ain't on the fans. Whether the fans wanted to back him or not, it's got nothing to do with us. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with you. We can't control what Sullivan does. We just can't. So what we say and what we want is irrelevant. Sullivan don't give a fuck what we want. But every time he makes the wrong decision, every single fucking time, even now, if he sacks him, it's the right decision. But it's the wrong decision. Because we was in the middle of 4 winnable games that could have lifted us out the bottom 3. Sullivan has just burned through 3 of those games. He's burned through them. Gambling. It'd be all right. It'd come off. It's only fucking football, isn't it? It'd be fine. It always has been fine. It'd still be fine. Well, it ain't fucking fine, is it? It was never going to be fine. I sometimes wonder whether our bald, Sullivan in particular, pays any attention to the league that we're in, i.e. take any notice of the opposition. Does he not understand the level of the teams that are in this fucking league? We just played the bottom side and we got torn to shreds. Torn to absolute fucking shreds. They've got no idea what they're doing. They never have done. They got lucky on a few occasions. But I'll tell you the biggest bit of luck. The biggest bit of luck that we had in the past 6 years, 7 years, whenever it was Declan Rice coming through our academy. We rode on the coattails of that player for about 5 years. Moyes did. Sullivan did. We all did. We was carrying shit players in midfield that he was compensating for. He was shielding that back line, making us defensively resolute. Declan Rice is the reason that we've had any success whatsoever in the past few years. That is fucking it. Without him, take him out of the equation, fuck all. We've just been reliant on individual brilliance. That's it. There's never been any fucking planning at all. None. Look, we have got 2,000 people watching the show at the moment. Most of them probably Tottenham fans. If you wouldn't mind coming out of the live chat, it's not the love heart, and press the like button for me if you wouldn't mind, just for a second. Just to share it around. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start again from the chat because there's too many comments. So starting from now, I'll start putting your comments up, all right? There are a few super chats as well. I'll put them up first. So we've got Ballsy Hammers giving me a $5. Sack Nuno now. Yes, fucking please. He's got to go. Jack Farney said, Sunderland fan here. Feel sorry for you lot. Mate, do you know what? Well done. You're doing well this year. You really are. And thank you very much. Alec Bassindale, £5. Thanks very much, mate. Fact is, the whole time Sullivan is here, we're going to keep going for the same profile of manager. We need a total culture change from the top down. Absolutely, mate. And the thing is, I understand he can't sell the club overnight. I understand that. Let's move that down a bit late. Herpy, thank you very much, mate. He says, I wouldn't be surprised if we went back-to-back relegation like Luton did. We can't beat anyone. No motivation by the players. Absolute wanks. Mate, we're in shit. We're in financial problems next year. Apparently, we could be up for a points deduction like Leicester were if we get relegated because of the amount of money. How badly we've been run. I put it up earlier on. How the fuck have we ended up here? It's mad. Look at what we've just done in this window alone. We've accepted the 27 million loss of Fulkrug. We've accepted 10 million loss on Luis Guilherme. We've just gone out and speculated on this unknown 24-year-old Portuguese kid. How the fuck is he going to be able to come in and do that? How? You know? What, we're the only club in the world that knew about him, are we? No, we're not. We're paid double what we should have for a player. That's what's happened. And Montravius Spillan says, sell Bowen back to Hull. No, look, I'm not on that. See, I'm not like that. I'm not. I don't rate Bowen to the same level as Paqueta. I don't, because he isn't at the same level. But I do think that Bowen is a West Ham player. That's why I always find it a little bit mental, to be honest, when people talk about him being sold and going elsewhere. Because I do look and I think, he ain't going to get in. People talking about him replacing Salah at Liverpool. He's replacing Shaqiri. He'd be coming off the bench for the fucking last 10 minutes. He's a good player, a brilliant West Ham player, a legend. He ain't too good for us. Bowen ain't. So I don't want to sell him. He's a good player. A very good player. He is. That's just how I feel. Anyway, we are a little bit fucked. Anyway, look, let's go through these comments at the minute. Stuart Clark says, double relegation incoming. Oh, fucking wouldn't surprise me. Iron Disciple. He can't run a game. I can't trust him to get his men. Sullivan, when at Birmingham, had an interview saying, and he changes lineups if Sullivan doesn't approve. How the hell have we gotten here? I don't know. I don't know. I can't. Nothing makes any sense. You can't make any sense out of anything. Look at what I showed you earlier on in this. How do you go from that team that I put up to the team that we've got now, having spent 800 million in between to get there? How does that even happen? It's fucking insane. 1 Foot Skank says, if the ball don't sack him off tonight, they're bigger mugs than we know they are. Nobody can defend that. Need to act now decisively. With that, yeah, they do. But it is too late, isn't it? This is the thing. It's too fucking late. They've all been must-wins. Fulham was a must-win. We've been fuck lucky that Forest have been shit. And I watched them earlier on, and I was so pleased with what I saw because it gave me hope, because they were shit. Not as shit as us, but they were shit. Shit enough to not win. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't win for a while. They look terrible. But Marinakis probably ain't going to put up with it, is he? He'll probably sack him off as well. He won't put up with it. Our managers do. So Nuno and Kilman, like Potter and Ward-Prowse. I don't know. I don't know. It was embarrassing. Tony says the club's finished. Watch. This is beyond just dropping to the Championship. How the fuck are we going to survive if we get a points deduction? If we have to gut and sell all of our assets in that stadium, a stadium where we have no home advantage, none, no 12th man. You need your 12th man, especially when you're down there and your team ain't very fucking good. You need your 12th man. And I don't think that people should go back if we get relegated. Do you know something? I don't think we should. I've said before, we should go back. We should go back if we get relegated because, you know, it's out of the Premier League. Why should we? That's playing straight into Sullivan's fucking hands. What, we allow him to completely and utterly gut this club, remove the one thing that we all loved more than anything else in that stadium, make fuckloads of lies, spend 10 years trying to force us out and replace us with tourists who spend money in the shop, and then when it fails, then we go back and we save him. Do you know what? I don't know how I feel about that. He can fuck off. No. If we go down, the only way I'm going back is when he's gone. I'm not going back to any game now. And I'll stick to my fucking word. Since Brentford last year, I have not been to a home game. I said I weren't going to, and I haven't. I'm not going back in that stadium. In fact, I'm taking this up a level now. I'm not going to another game until Sullivan's gone. I'm voting with my fucking feet. That's what I'm doing. Nothing will get the message through more than empty seats in that fucking stadium on TV. It's the only thing that we can do now. And it's the only thing that he cares about. Is losing money. So if we're not there on a match day, we're not buying fucking beer, we're not buying hot dogs, you're not going in the merchant, well, most West Ham fans don't anyway, you're not going in the shop, they're not making any fucking money. That is when Sullivan will cut and run. The one thing that he can do now, like I was about to say earlier on, he can't just sell up and fuck off and find an owner for it, because what are you selling right now? I mean, Jesus Christ, what are we actually worth? But what he can do is he can step down. He can sack Brady, fuck her off. He can step down now, and he can appoint someone as a CEO to run the club. And Sullivan, the whole fucking time, because the whole time you're sat in that fucking box, like it's a royal box, like you're the king, there's going to be a fucking problem there. We need your stench, your stink out of this fucking club. Because it comes from the top and it bleeds a whole way fucking down. If you don't want your asset to go up in fucking smoke, then step back, employ someone else to run the club, and fuck off. Try and find a fucking new owner. Because you are useless. Beyond fucking use. Beyond. That's being kind. What you are. Right, so let's go here. So we've got Irons TV says Pablo rushed before deadline. Nuno doesn't fucking bring him on. What's the point? Exactly. Probably paid more to get him before the deadline as well. You know? Greased a few palms. Do you know what I mean? It was so important. But that is the biggest insult, mate. You know, for us to go out and spend 50 million on 2 players this early in January, Sullivan will have been told, I can't play Wilson. He's not fit enough. I can't play him for 90 minutes. And then he does that. He plays him for 90 minutes. Once we've just bought a fucking striker. That's the biggest insult of all. He's just stuck his finger up at Sullivan. He's begging for the sack. You saw his face on the bench. It checked out. He didn't give a fuck. He weren't bringing no one on. He brought on Souček and Mayers in the second half, and that was it. Just sat there, stony-faced. He's gone. He knows he is. You should be able to take these people to a fucking tribunal. I'm telling you. People like that have done that, we shouldn't have to pay him off. Why should we have to pay him 10 million for what he's done? Why should he get paid off? Makes me fucking sick. These managers are crooks. Yeah, exactly. Paqueta haters are very quiet, I know. But look, again, I've nothing to feel smug about. We lost. But I've stuck by him the whole time. I've been saying he ain't the fucking problem. I have. A lot of people in the chat as well, they've accepted that now as well. I do get it. You get upset, you get frustrated. You look to your best players who are fucking carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders because they're targeted by the opposition, and you get frustrated with them and you blame them when things ain't going well. But look at that without him. Seriously. Talk about no fucking Paqueta, no party. What the fuck was that? The midfield looked shit. Fernandez was awful in the 10. He came alive when we brought him back into the 8, but he looked lost in the 10. Magassa and Potts didn't look very good in central midfield. They had a bad game. They did. But everyone did. Our engine was fucked today. The defence was fucked. The only 2 players that had a good game, 3 players, I thought Wilson ran tirelessly the whole time. He was moving, he was fighting, wasn't getting any joy whatsoever, but he was trying. And then Ollie Scholes and Cole Walker-Peters at fullback. I thought those 3. And Areola. Areola, the player that everyone last week saying we got a fucking drop. How many points has he saved us this season? Go back to Bournemouth. Tonight would have been a fucking cricket score if it weren't for Areola. But last week, because that clumsy fuck Kilman bumps into him and knocks him off balance, everyone's going, oh, he can't command his box. Bring No Handsome back in. Because he was good, wasn't he, from set pieces? Fucking, honestly. But we're all just losing our minds, I think. I think we are. I think that's what it boils down to. Right, jumping down a little bit. We've got Ray. Hang on, where are we? Trudge. First thing to do is get a new manager before we waste this window. 100%. 100%. The window is still there. We're still in it. They've burned a load of money. They're going to have to go and find some fucking more. It's simple as that. Unless they want to accept going down. But that could be a decision they make, though, Trudge. You know that, didn't you? They will sit and have they'll have a board meeting at some point, And if it does come to a stage where they think this is going to be too expensive to try and save, and the probability is probably going to be still that we go down, if we go down after throwing loads of money at it, trying to save it, we're going to be even more fucked. They could arrive at a stage where they accept relegation. They could. Because they've burned this block of games. They've held on to Nuno. In fact, Nuno's held on to these 4 games. He's been fucking around in all the lead up to this, to these 4 games. And do you know the amazing thing? I don't think he's tried to win any of them. He didn't try to win against Fulham. He didn't try to win against fucking Brighton. He didn't try to win today. He ain't trying to win. He's taking the piss, the bloke. Coach David UK says, we're fucking awful. I honestly can't understand why we rushed to get Pablo and didn't even use him. What the actual fuck? It was a piss take, mate, massively. It's ridiculous. I could understand it if he wasn't on the bench, which would suggest that he's got a bit of a niggle or something like that. But then again, how would he go for a fucking a medical? Yeah. We're getting the piss taken out of us. It's as simple as that. Is Rui Pedro Silva the reason Nuno is highly regarded? No coincidence that he's back at Wolves now. Probably. Yeah. Probably. Quite clearly, Nuno is heavily reliant on his backroom staff that have made him look like a tactical genius. A bit like Moyes and Irvine. So when Moyes had Irvine, we looked better, didn't we, under Moyes? Much better. Lose Irvine, turns to shit. Gone back to Everton, he's got Irvine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being reliant on a good number 2. But the fact of the matter is, why the fuck did West Ham go and get a manager that's reliant on their number 2 and then not go and pay Marinakis to release his fucking backroom staff? What? Nothing. It defies belief. It defies belief. To give him the best possible chance, you've obviously got to go and give him his fucking support staff. The brains behind the fucking outfit. It looks like Nuno's just a front man, doesn't it? He ain't got a fucking clue, the geezer. The official Fury says, hang on, trying. Funny how the board is shitting themselves now that relegation looks certain and splash 50 million on strikers panicking. Yet in the summer, free agent, 33-year-old injury-prone Wilson may be spending in the first place. Exactly that. Yeah. Too little, too fucking late, as far as I'm concerned. Or it's too much. They're spending too much now on bang average. We could have got far better players in the summer. Warren Godson, bloody hell. Thank you very much, mate. You absolute gentleman. He says, mate, it's time for Ange. I would go Ange all day long. I don't give a fuck what any of you say in the chat. Any of you fucking defensive-loving football bastards, right? In a very, I've just had enough. Thank you very much for that, Warren. Super chat from MW from Essex. Nuno looked like he'd been sacked at half-time, sitting there sulking. Sacked himself, mate, I think. With that decision, what he did there with Wilson, he sacked himself. I'm convinced of it. He really has. Ridiculous. But yeah, I'll tell you what, on that, going back to what Warren said, I would take Ange. I'm going to go down the bottom now. Oh, laugh at me. Come on. Laugh at me and tell me how you can't go with an attacking manager because, they're not safe. We need goals now. We need gung fucking ho football. We need balls. Fuck defending. I don't even care about defending. We need to, every single game, go out and try and batter the opposition. That means we've got to go and buy more fucking forwards in this window. And every single game, we've got to go out and try and fucking beat whoever we're playing, whoever it is. We can't afford to throw any game away now, even if it is Man City or Arsenal or Liverpool. We can't do it. We've got to go out and take it to the opposition, have fight, tenacity and aggression where it matters, and have attacking fucking football. Go out, at least go out with a blast. I mean, imagine going down playing like we did today. Could you imagine that? I don't know that I could stomach it, honestly. Walshy Sports, thank you very much, mate. He says, settling for a 3-0 at half-time is heartbreaking. Heart and soul ripped out of the club I once loved. Gutted, mate. Absolutely gutted. But we've seen it before, mate, haven't we, with him? I said it happened. Imagine how the Forest fans felt in the game before. They must have been sitting there thinking, fuck, we're going to get done now. West Ham are going to go and win. We're going to be 1 point away from them and have to go, we had a golden opportunity. But these, as Mick calls them, shitty bum managers, they're fucking fraudulent. They're useless. I just want someone with a personality, someone that's going to go out and attack the opposition. Let's give it a fucking go. Nick Angie's not the answer. Who is? Who's the answer? Seriously. We've got to completely flip this somehow and go from being a cowardly defensive team that can't defend into a team that attacks and tries to fucking win games. Who do you do it with? I don't think you can have a half measure. You can't go, oh no, Angie's is too attacking. Let's go for a middle kind of ground. We can't go middle ground. We've got to go fucking balls out. So either Ange or, look, I'm just desperate for fucking change now. In the style of football that we're playing, we can't go out like this. We can't limp out of the Premier League like we're limping out of. I've heard people say before, and look, there is something in it. You know, with Billy Bonds, you can't go out and get redknapped because it's it's a disgrace to the memory of Bonzo. Listen, I get the argument. I do. Do you not think the biggest disgrace to Billy Bonds' memory is what the team that he loved is doing on a weekly basis? Disgracing themselves, not even putting up anywhere near the level of fight that he used to on a fucking weekly basis and limping the fuck out of this league. It is everything about this club is a disgrace now. It just is. Yeah, look, for me, I mean, people are saying do a poll. There's no point doing a poll. I don't like doing them because whoever's at the bottom of the poll is who Sullivan will go and fucking sign. It's what he always does. Whoever no one wants, that's who he's going to go and sign. That's just what he's done with the last few fucking managers. So, no. Look, anyway, look, that is it from me. I'm not going to take phone calls on this one. I'm going to calm down and I'll do another show where I do take phone calls from you lovely lot. I'm just going to leave this as a match review. Sorry if I was ranting and raving a bit there. I weren't planning on doing it. I'll just get wound up talking about it. Thank you very much for all of the super chats. You're very kind. Thanks to everyone in the chat. I've got another one there from Daniel. Daniel, you are a star, mate. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, thanks to everyone that's donated to the show tonight. Thanks to everyone that's watched me. If you haven't already, please drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, I need to sort of go and have me dinner and think about this, and we'll be back tomorrow night, I think. I'll try and get a few more of us on so we can have a bit more of a group show and discuss it, because I'm running out of steam with West Ham. I am. It's really difficult, especially when you're on your own. It's really difficult to, because I'm not one that's gonna fucking come on here and blow smoke up your ass and just fucking make out that everything's gonna be okay when I think it ain't. I can only be honest. It's my only way of doing this. So it does limit me when West Ham are like this. It's fucking difficult, you know. I can't take a little tiny semi-positive and blow it up into something massive and say everything's going to be all right now. I don't believe it is. I don't believe this player, Pablo, is going to be an amazing player for us. I don't. I hope he is. I hope I'm wrong. Fucking course I do. I want West Ham to win. But I just don't believe it. You know, I've got hope, but no belief. None. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Speak to you all tomorrow. And yeah, that's me done. Enjoy your evenings, people. Don't let it get you down so much. Go and get a bottle of wine or something. Watch a film. Forget about this shit. Thanks very much. Speak to you soon. Come on, your wines.